I was one of the guys that never thought I was going to get it, and that thought it was blown out of proportion. Actually, I have to be honest.
Well, it's great to be joined by Georges Laraque, who's at home after arriving upon a recent stay at the hospital. George, great to see you. You were quite open in discussing the fact that you had contracted COVID-19, the coronavirus. What happened? How did this all get started for you?
Well, I was doing delivery for the elderly people. I was doing a lot of grocery shopping. And on Sunday, this past Sunday, I started getting sick and having a bit of hard time to breathe. And when it happened, I didn't know what I had, but I knew I had to go to the hospital because when you have predisposed asthma, and when you're struggling to breathe, it's always more scary. So I sent a message to all the elderly that I wouldn't be able to do the delivery anymore because I was sick and I was going to go to the hospital. And I went there and I wanted to be tested for COVID, but they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do a test on me. They did an X-ray for my lungs, and when I did the X-ray, they said that, oh, your lungs are a bit swelled up, so they gave me cortisone pill and sent me home. So I go home and I start feeling worse and worse. My breathing is worse, and I have chills, and I don't smell anything. I don't taste anything, and everybody's wondering what I have and why didn't they test me. I was like, I don't know. I don't understand. The hospital calls me back. They said, George, there's a mistake in the X-ray. We saw pneumonia. I was like, what? So anyway, I go back to the hospital on Thursday, and by that time, when I go back to Thursday morning, I could barely breathe. And because I have asthma, the part that is scary about asthma is just the breathing part. And when I got there, though, I was mad because I was like, I went there Monday. You guys didn't want to test me. Can I get a test so I could tell the people that I was delivering if I have COVID or not? And I need to know what's going on with my health. So they do a test. They diagnose me with COVID. And at the same time, because of my breathing, they put oxygen through my nose. And then they transfer me by an ambulance to another hospital to just get a boost of oxygen. So I'm like, I didn't know what was going to go there. I didn't know what was going to happen. So that's why when I first talked on Thursday, I was talking to you guys through my social media. When you're getting 3 liters of oxygen pumped to your nose, it's hard to talk. So people thought I was dying. I was not dying. It's just that there's so much oxygen coming to my nose. And I was at the peak of the virus on Thursday. It was hard to breathe. So it was pretty hard. So the first 2 days was the hardest. Palpitation in my heart, a headache, constant. I couldn't breathe. And after a couple of days, I started getting better and better. And then eventually, when I didn't need oxygen anymore, I was able to be sent home to continue my treatment because there's a lack of bed in Montreal. And why would I take a bed of somebody in the need when I'm young enough and strong enough to take medication on my own? Because in my room, there was 2 elderly people that were there infected too, because the whole floor was red. Everybody was infected. And they needed a lot of help. They were really struggling. And I don't know if one of them is going to make it. And I saw them every day. They were in front of me all the time. And some people like this, they need beds like I was. The only reason why they took me to the hospital is because I needed the oxygen, not because of pneumonia. For the pneumonia, they gave me cortisone pill. If it wasn't for the oxygen, even if I got diagnosed, they would have sent me home on confinement. It's because I need the oxygen, they sent me there for a couple of days. I was supposed actually to be there for 2 weeks. And because I didn't need the oxygen after 5 days, that's why they sent me home. But now I'm just glad to be home, but I can't shed away the image of those 2 elderly people that were in the room. I could hear them moan 24/7 suffering. And I felt for them.
How scared were you to be in that kind of situation and to see everything that you did? You've been very helpful in fighting COVID-19, but when you have it and you experience the hospital, does it give you a different perspective as to exactly what this virus is like?
Actually, it does, because I was one of the guys that never thought I was going to get it. And that thought it was blown out of proportion, actually. I have to be honest. I was like, I'm vegan, I'm healthy, I'm training for a marathon, I'm never going to get this. I never thought it was going to happen. And I was volunteering, doing of activities as I can to help out. And actually on Monday, because I got sick on Sunday, on Monday I volunteered to go to CHSLD this is the place for the old people home that are dying.
Mhm.
I actually filled up the papers. I was going to be a worker to work in one of these, and because they have to hire you as a worker, and I was giving the money back to charity, but I was starting on Monday. That's how much I was not scared of it,
Yeah.
even though I have asthma. So on Sunday night when I got sick, I called the lady from the center. I told her, I said, I'm sick. I can't come. She didn't believe me. She thought I changed my mind. And I was like, I swear to you that I'm sick. She's like, well, let me know as soon as you're okay so you could come back. I was like, okay. And I guess when she saw the testing at the hospital, she know that I was telling the truth. But if I would have been fine, I was supposed to be there. So ironic, I was going to go help people that have COVID,
Mm-hmm.
and I get it myself. So I was never afraid when I got it that I was going to die. I knew that I was young enough, I was going to pull through with it. The thing actually that was the most scared about is if the people that I was delivering food, if I infected anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as I got diagnosed, I called everyone, and I could with 100% say that by yesterday, everybody that delivered food got tested and they were all negative. Because most people are delivered, they were all elderly. But the thing is, when you deliver food, you leave stuff at their front step you don't get in their house. So I was relieved when all the people who delivered food, I got their tests and that they were okay. Because to me, that was the biggest thing I was afraid of, because they were older, but not for my health, of course.
George, who did you hear from, whether it be phone calls, texts, emails, when it comes to people in the hockey world?
The hockey world, it was unbelievable. And, hockey, that's why hockey is the best sport on the planet. I just can't believe how generous everybody was. I was sitting in my hospital bed, and this is a true story. It's actually exactly what happened. And I was watching Sportsnet. They were showing the final classic between '87, the Oilers against Philadelphia. So I'm watching Mac T flying with his no bucket, Wayne setting up Kevin Lowe for a shorthanded goal, Hextall hacking, everybody's going nuts, Mac T, all those guys playing. And I'm getting a text from Wayne Gretzky, George, best of luck, recovery, us and Janice, Mac T, Kevin Lowe, Low Tide, Craig Simpson, Charlie Huddy, Paul Coffey, Grand Fjord. All those guys that were playing. I was like, what are the chances? And I was responding to them, guys, I'm watching you on TV. I couldn't believe the coincidence. Even Glenn Sater that drafted me. And I was like, wow, this is incredible, guys. I'm watching you on TV. I was like starstruck to my phone because I was watching them playing in the Classic. So it was just the Oilers family, all of them were the first one to rope to me. And then, Lucic, Crosby, Iginla, Mike Greer, everybody in the hockey world, like even Mike Modano. I love Mike Modano. And, it was awesome that like Dwayne Rolson and I could pretty much spend an hour naming all the guys, but it's just that when you watch a final, and it's actually quite exciting, you watch the Oilers and the Flyers, you don't get a lot of chance to do that. And I'm in the hospital, I have nothing else to do. And I actually watched the entire game. And I got texts from them and actually see them playing in their prime. Like Mac T, like he coached me. And I saw him in his prime flying all over the place where there's no bucket, not scared of anything. I was like, my God, I didn't know it was that brave. So it was just awesome at the same time to see that. And I love the Oiler family. And that's why, when they say, once an Oiler is always an Oiler, that's why, because the Oiler family is so close, so tight. And it was so awesome to get the support from everyone.
George, listen, great to talk to you. Great to see that you're home and feeling better. You took on many opponents when you played and beat them, and you just knocked out another one. Take care and hope to see you soon.
Thanks, Gene. Awesome.